Well, folks, on this week's This Week in Agribusiness, we had a conversation with two folks, Russell Buhr and Max Armstrong, about the half-century of Progess show, and we didn't get to cover enough ground from this mammoth show. Max, Russell, thanks for taking some more time to talk to us. I want to start at the beginning. Max, the half-century of Progess, it's been around since 2003.
Yeah.
How did it get started?
Well, the Farm Progress Show that year, the big Farm Progress Show, was celebrating its 50th anniversary. And so they wanted to call attention to the heritage of that show by having antique farm equipment across the road. And the manager of the show at that time, Mark Randall, contacted me because he knew I had the old Super H that my dad had. And he said, hey, I want to see if I can find some farmers to bring old equipment in. And I said, well, there's one guy you need to talk to. One guy. His name is Darius Harms. And the late Mr. Harms farmed in that area, as boys still do, not far from Mr. Russell Buhr, as a matter of fact. And when I said something to Darius about that, he just took off with it. It was like throwing gas on a match. I've used that analogy. But he was such a dynamic individual to give it such a push, and the inertia that he gave it was so mighty. But these guys have done all the hard work through the years. Russell has continued to be so engaged with other local farmers and other businessmen from the area. I just get to talk about it. These guys really have the cohesiveness to pull together and make things happen at showtime. It's a quality that you don't see in every club or every show. Some really struggle. There's a lot of great ones out there. These folks really bring it all together, working with local folks in the community, in government and otherwise.
Russell, how long have you been involved? I know the connection was through Darius. Have you been a part of the half-century since the start as well?
Yeah, it was really in '02. We was really making a lot of plans ready that winter, and started then. And the Farm Progress, they wanted 50 years of tractors, so we started with 1953 tractors. We lined up 100 tractors in a V, so from two tractors from every year. And then they had a seed corn plot with 50-year-old seed corn right in the middle of that, and everybody's supposed to come through that and see the show.
So 2003, 100 tractors. Was that the total attendance for that very first year?
Well, actually, there was more going on across the road. That display was just going into the Farm Progress show site. Gotcha. Across the road is where we had combines and pickers actually working in the field. And that's what really set everybody off. They said, oh my goodness, I haven't seen this since I was a little kid. And we continue to hear that phrase every year, don't we?
That was on the Saturday and Sunday before Farm Progress show started on Tuesday. And we had those 2 days, and everybody just had a ball, and just kind of a makeshift thing. And we had a makeshift stage, and this and that, and it just, everybody had to do it again, they thought.
I think back over the last 20 years and the massive amount of growth we've seen in interest in historic tractors. Tractor rides have popped off. We've seen more shows going on at county fairs. Russell, what have you seen for attendance over the last 20 years at the half-century? Has that mirrored that kind of growth of interest?
It keeps growing. It keeps growing. We keep getting phone calls. People hasn't been there yet. They want to go. That's on their bucket list. I mean, it's just, they got to go. The people that keep coming are telling the people back home, you got to go see this.
And when you say the people back home, one of the things that amazes me about the half-century of Progess, and Max, I'm sure you know this better than anybody, the distances which people will travel to come. How far do folks come to go to the half-century?
Oh my goodness, we have them there from Belgium. Our farmer friends, Heinrich and Anita, will be there from Belgium this year. We have folks who come from England, Australia. I kept a little list in my pocket of states last year, and there were people from some 36 states who came up to me. I mean, those were the ones that I met. So there were a lot of other folks there, by all means, from a wide expanse of the country. And it really does become a bucket list trip. And sometimes there's somebody facing a very difficult health scenario. They've been diagnosed for a tough path, and they say, this is one thing I want to do, is to get to Rantoul. There's something pretty neat about that we've been able to help some of those folks, those families.
Absolutely. So Russell, if we're going to have equipment running in the field, we got to have fields planted. How's crop planting look over at Rantoul?
It really looks good, Mike. It really does. I mean, we got it in. It was a little iffy when we was out there early April, and we thought, well, the window of opportunity may be here because Solier says maybe rain. Well, we got it in, and Dirk and Derek Harms and William Wilkin, they helped us farm there, and Dirk planted that, and I think he put vitamin D in with the corn seed because it's really growing good.
Popping right out.
Yes.
So we'll have corn pickers running. we'll have plowing events running. What else will people be able to see that maybe they haven't seen on a farm in real life in some time?
There'll be a lot of plowing, a lot of tillage work goes on.
A lot of D21s coming with plows, I'd imagine, to show off that black smoke.
A lot of plowing. And then the tractor pulls, we got tractor pulls every day. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I mean, tractor pulls all day. And
Now, what kind of
sanctioned.
tractors are doing the pulling, Russell?
Well, if you brought something, you could probably have, something like that in there if you want, but we have sanctioned tractor pulls where people's coming from the United States with their tractors, stuff that you don't really see every day. So we always have a lot of that, and people really appreciate coming seeing some of that because you pay one price at the gate and you don't pay any more to go see the pull or do anything then.
That's a great point. So once you're in, of course, this is summertime. It's Illinois, Max. We got a hot sun overhead. Once I pay my fee, I get onto the grounds. Food, water, what can I expect?
Absolutely. Oh, the Iowa Pie Lady is coming.
Yes.
You know Laura very well.
I do.
I'm so excited that she's going to be there this year. I'm going to have my own account. I've talked about that.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, I might give you a card so you can go.
I'm just going to tell her to put it on Max's.
But there is good food. There's always good food there, refreshment there without any problem. So just plan on mobility being. We do run shuttles out there.
Free shuttles. I mean, you can get on and take you out to the field, and then they'll pick you up later on and stuff. Anywhere you want to go.
If I want to come, is it too late to get golf carts, ATVs registered, or can we still do it over the summer?
If you bring your own, you can do it at the gate. If you want a golf cart on Friday, they're booked.
All right.
We want you to register if you're bringing one as you're coming in. And there is a registration fee also.
That makes sense. Max, what else do we need to know
It's
while we're thinking ahead to Half Century?
It's just a great volunteer event that you will enjoy. A lifelong friend of mine, Charlie McCarty, looked out here and he said, this has to be the happiest place on earth. And people just really do enjoy their time there, and most all of them then vow to come back again.
And I bet Russell looking forward to see some old friends at Half Century this year?
We've met so many friends over the years, and it's just amazing. We had a meeting with some of the helpers. There was about 150 people there, and it's just so good to see them. They come from a long ways off just for that meeting that Sunday afternoon. It was just really great to see everybody again, and everybody's excited to help in because, like Max said, it's all volunteers.
It's all volunteer, 150, and it's only some of the help, folks. Make plans to attend the Half Century of Progress show this year. Learn more information online at halfcenturyofprogress.com. Max, any final thoughts?
Yeah, just plan to stay in the area after that because it's just one day away and 60 miles away to the Farm Progress show at Decatur. So many folks will travel considerable distance and take in both.
That's right. Really appreciate it. Russell Buhr, Max Armstrong, thanks for joining us.
halfcenturyofprogress.com, the announcer said.